Hey Lydia, what are you building?
I'm building a tower.
A tower?
Yeah, I'm trying to make myself famous.
Really?
I'm trying to build the tower so high that it will touch the ceiling.
Whoa, isn't there a story like that in the Bible?
Yes, there is.
The Tower of Babel, right?
It's actually what we're teaching the kids today. But
Really?
Yeah, but I'm making a mini version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do you want to help?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome back to week 8 of MBM Kids Online.
As you guys just heard, today we're looking at the story of the Tower of Babel. It's actually when people came together to stand against God. But what God plans happens.
Let's start off with a game.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Lucy, and we're from MBM Rudy Hill. Today, we're playing a game called Who Speaks That?
We're looking at when God changed all the languages on earth. It's your job to match the language to the country. We've got a number of countries listed on the board. Thailand, France, India, Mexico, Brazil, New Zealand, and Egypt.
We're going to read out a language, and it's your job to match it to the country. Let's give it a go.
Let's get started with a relatively easy one. Which country speaks the language French? If you guessed France for the language French, you are correct.
Number 2. Which country speaks Maori? If you guessed New Zealand, you are correct.
For our third question, which country on our board speaks Portuguese? If you guessed Brazil, you are correct.
Number 4. In which country do they speak Thai? If you guessed Thailand, you are correct.
Okay, we are down to our final 3. Might put them all together there so they're easier to see. In which country do they speak the language Hindi? If you guessed India, you would be correct.
We are down to our final 2 countries, Mexico and Egypt. One of these countries speaks Arabic and the other speaks Spanish. Can you guess which country speaks which? If you guess that in Egypt they speak Arabic, you are correct.
And that leaves Mexico, who speak Spanish. God planned that the entire world would be filled with people, and that's exactly what happened.
It was God who made the people speak in different languages. It was God who made them spread out and fill the world.
God's plans never fail. Let's hear more about it in today's story.
Hi kids, it's Heidi here. Have you ever wondered why people around the world speak in different languages? We have to look at Genesis chapter 11 to find the answer. Let's take a look.
A long time ago, just after Noah and the big flood, all the people on earth lived in the one place, and they all spoke the one language. They found a nice flat piece of land, and they made some bricks. Lots and lots of bricks. Then they set about building a city. Now God had told them to spread out and fill up the world, but they'd ignored God. They all spoke the same language and they all decided to stay together. The people then decided to make a tower. A tall, tall tower. A tower that would reach to heaven. A tower that would make them famous. But God was not happy. God looked down and he saw what the people were doing. God was very angry with them. He told the people to spread out and fill the earth, but they'd refused. They were too full of pride, so God confused their words. Suddenly, people began to speak different languages. They couldn't understand each other. They couldn't help each other, and they couldn't work together. So they spread out and filled up the earth just as God had said. And they never got to finish their tower.
God's plan was for people to fill the world he had made, but the people refused. Instead, they stayed together and built a tall tower. But God's plan never fails. God confused their words. They couldn't understand each other, and they couldn't work together. Finally, they did what God had told them to do. They spread out and filled God's world. Children, what God plans to happen always happens, because God's plan never fails.
Hi everyone, my name's Chloe,
And I'm Josiah.
and we're from MBM Reedy Hill.
Now, in Revelation 4:11, it says, "Our Lord and God, you are worthy to receive glory and honor and power. You made all things. Everything existed and was made because you wanted it."
We're going to memorize this verse by singing. So Josiah's going to be doing the actions so you can follow along with him. So let's get started.
You are worthy, our Lord and God, Lord and God, Lord and God. You are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory, honor and power. For you created all things, all things, all things. For you created all things. Revelation 4:11. Now we're going to sing in rounds. I'm going to go first, and then Chloe's going to go next. You are worthy, our Lord and God, Lord and God, Lord and God. You are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory, honor and power. For you created all things, all things, all things. For you created all things. Revelation 4:11. You are worthy, our Lord and God, Lord and God, Lord and God. You are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory, honor and power. For you created all things, all things, all things. For you created all things. Revelation 4:11.
Bye everyone.
See ya.
Hi kids, it's MBM Kids Challenge time again. Well, this week we have a sentence that's in different languages, and your challenge for this week is to work out what that phrase is. So it's going to come up on the screen and you'll see they're all different languages, and then you can use the internet or people in your life that speak other languages to work out what that secret phrase is. And the hint is it has something to do with what we're learning this week. Okay. Make sure you go to the Facebook page and download that document. Your parents can help you with that, and see if you can work out the coded message. Okay, have fun. So that's the end of the episode for the Tower of Babel. Now we're going to read a verse from Genesis chapter 11 to remember what we've learnt. So I'm going to read from Genesis chapter 11 verse 4. Then they said to each other, "Let's build for ourselves a city and a tower, and let's make the top of the tower reach high into the sky. We will become famous. If we do this, we will not be scattered over all the earth." Okay, so some questions for you. What was God's command for people in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28? You have to turn back to try to remember that. And Second question is, in Genesis chapter 11, how did people disobey God? What did they say to each other? And then question 3, what was God's response? Was God's plan stopped by the people? Okay, we're going to pray. Father God, thank you that your plans from the beginning was to make different people from different cultures and different languages. Thank you that even though the people tried to stop your plans, whatever you plan always happens. Amen.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve.
So that's the end of the...
Wait, can you press it? I don't want to break it.
Oh, no. If you guess the language,
So let's remember what we learnt today. What's today's?
It's enough. Oh,